Welcome back to the Banganator podcast, season 2, episode 1. Yep, that's right. It's a new season, new football season. Y'all know what it is. And hey, it's been a great start to the football season. Everything's been going well. Great football weekend. Texas versus Bama, the Cowboys, a great NFL week 1. But how about them Cowboys? Let's go. That 40 burger that the Cowboys put on the Giants, the defense putting on a show. Everybody eating. Let's go. I can't wait to get into this. I'm talking Dallas Cowboys. You already know. I'm talking Texas Longhorns that beat down on Alabama. Texas is back, baby. Let's go. I'm also talking fantasy football. I'll let y'all know if I won or not. And I'm talking Dallas Wings. I'm going to have somebody on to talk Dallas Wings and their upcoming playoff series that they got. Before I continue, please like and subscribe on my YouTube channel, The Banganator Podcast. Follow me on The Banganator Podcast Instagram and also on Twitter /X, Banganator Pod _4. Hey, I'm looking good in my shades. And I ain't going to lie. Deion Sanders at Colorado, he's making it in vogue for black people, black guys wearing cowboy hats. I mean, I've been wearing a cowboy hat for like 2 years now, but he's making it in fashion right now. The Dallas Cowboys putting a beat down on the Giants, 40-0, 40 burger. It was a complete domination in all 3 phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. Now, offense didn't have to do much because, defense got them a head start. But Dak was looking good. No interceptions. And I know it's the Giants. They're not the best competition. I did predict that they would win. Complete domination. Dak Prescott went 13 to 24, 143 yards. And he didn't throw any touchdowns, but he didn't have to. We ran the ball pretty good, and defense did a lot. So this was a game where Dak didn't have to do anything. The real test will come next week against the Jets. Tony Pollard, he had a good day, 2 touchdowns. Not a whole lot of rushing yards, though. Kevontae Turpin, he had 1 touchdown. And CeeDee Lamb, he was the receiver with the highest amount of receiving yards, 77 yards. So, to be honest, it was like a 4th preseason game for the offense, and like a first preseason game for most of the starters. So, nothing else to say about the offense. Defense, that's where it was at. We had 7 sacks. Oh yeah, we was on Daniel Jones' ass. We was on his ass. Micah Parsons, he had 1 sack. Now, they were double teaming him a lot, so that's most likely the reason why he didn't have more. But because of that, even with the double teams, he was getting pressures on Daniel Jones, and that set up other defensive linemen to get sacks on Daniel Jones and make tackles in the backfield and stop forward progress, stop the Giants from getting a first down. I forgot how many yards we held Saquon Barkley to, but yeah, we held Saquon Barkley to 51 rushing yards, no touchdowns. So, and that says a lot because Saquon is good. So let's freaking go. Stephon Gilmore. This is why we brought Stephon Gilmore in the offseason, for him to get interceptions and be a shutdown corner, or as much of a shutdown corner as you can be. He had 1 interception. DaRon Bland had 1 interception. DaRon Bland continuing his dominance from last year. So Trayvon Diggs, we can't blow past what he did. No picks, but he did strip a fumble, and we recovered it. Defense recovered it. So defense was amazing. Daniel Jones, Like, just to let you know how good our defense was and how trash we made Daniel Jones look. 15 of 28, 104 yards, 2 interceptions, Daniel Jones. And that's the dude that they gave a lot of money to. He was looking like he didn't deserve that contract. Got people like Tiki Barber, former Giants running back, saying, oh yeah, I'll take Daniel Jones over Dak Prescott. Stop it. You're being a homer. So complete domination by the Cowboys. I was happy to see it. My wife and I, we hosted a watch party at our crib, invited friends and family over. It was awesome. It was a great experience. The Cowboys did what they had to do, and they got the dub. MetLife Stadium, New York, the day before 9/11. Cowboys versus Jets preview. Now, I'm sure a lot of y'all, in anticipation, were watching the Jets versus Bills on Monday Night Football. All this hype for 5 months. 4 plays into the first drive, injury. And Coach Robert Saleh said that it's feared that it's an Achilles injury. And if it's an Achilles, he's out for the season. So basically the Jets are back to last year with Zach Wilson as a starting quarterback now. And he threw a bad pick. So with that being said, I believe the Cowboys are going to get a dub. Now, it will be tougher going up against that Jets defense. We know how strong the Bills are. We know how badass Josh Allen, the Josh Allen and Stephon Gilmore connection can be, and the other weapons that he has. But the Jets defense held him to 16 points. So that lets you know a lot about the Jets defense. Dak Prescott, can you handle playing against the Jets defense? This is our first real test of the season. Don't throw any picks. Receivers, catch the balls. Y'all's routes got to be crisp. But I do think that we get the dub because the difference maker is no Aaron Rodgers. A couple months ago in my preview of the Dallas Cowboys season, I predicted that we would lose to the Jets because Aaron Rodgers owns us as a Packer. We only beat him like one time in the past, I don't know how many years, and that was Dak's rookie year in 2016. So without Aaron Rodgers, without that difference maker on offense, I believe the Cowboys defense will capitalize on Zach Wilson's mistakes. They'll get a bunch of sacks on him. Micah Parsons, I believe, will get at least 1 sack. We will get interceptions, whether it's Trayvon Diggs, whether it's Stephon Gilmore, whether it's Deron Bland or somebody else. We will do what we need to do against their offense. That'll be the difference maker to why we win. All right, let's talk fantasy football, y'all. Fantasy football. As y'all know, I'm the defending champion from last year. I won last year's league. And this week's matchup, my matchup was against one of my best friends, Jarrett Rice, who was on my podcast like 3 episodes ago. Week 1, it was a matchup with him again, Super Bowl matchup from last year. Before the week started, it was saying he had 61% chance to win. But I came out on top. A big thanks to Tua Tagovailoa. I got to make sure I pronounce his name right. He had 28 points. Or he gave me 28 points for fantasy. 466 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 of those to Tyreek Hill. So thank you, Tua. Like you're the biggest reason why. Deebo Samuel didn't do much. 11 points, 55 reception yards. Josh Jacobs, 9 points. He got me 9 points. 71 total yards, rushing and receiving. And then the Jets defense, they got me 20 points. Like I mentioned earlier, they allowed 16 points against the Bills. They had 5 sacks, 3 interceptions. Like, think about that. 3 interceptions against Josh Allen. And a fumble recovery. So the Jets defense is like that. Week 1, 1-0. Let's go. I haven't even looked at who I'm playing next week, but instead of having A.J. Dillon in as flex, I'm gonna put in Zay Flowers for Baltimore because he got like 17 points and he was on my bench. So hopefully Deebo Samuel steps up in production with how good the 49ers were on Sunday. And hopefully my other receiver, Jalen Waddle, his production goes up. I know it's tough because they got Tyreek Hill, but I'm counting on both Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle going off. So selfishly, hopefully Tyreek Hill has an off day so that Jalen Waddle can blow up. This season, I'm doing a remix of what I did last year, covering the top plays or moments of the week of the NFL season. So the Banganator's top banging moments of week 1 in the NFL. At number 4, and I'm gonna count down now. At number 4, I got the Jets win in OT on a punt return touchdown. Josh Allen and the Bills, they got a punt because they didn't convert on first down. Gibson for the New York Jets, he receives the ball at midfield and he runs all the way through. No outside contain. Over pursuit by the Bills on kickoff. No outside contain to the left. And Gibson just veers to the left. Great blocking. He makes some moves of his own. Touchdown. They win in overtime. At number 3, we got the Dallas Cowboys putting a 40-burger on the Giants. And a shutout at that. Stephon Gilmore getting his first interception for the Dallas Cowboys. Trayvon Diggs, strip fumble. Micah Parsons, 1 sack, 7 sacks total. Deron Bland with an interception. All the defense eating. At number 2, see, y'all thought I would have the Dallas Cowboys further up my list. Nah. At number 2, Tua Tagovailoa. 466 pass yards, 3 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns to Tyreek Hill, 1 touchdown to one of their tight ends. He is building off of what he did last season. And at number 1, I got Tua's teammate, Tyreek Hill. 215 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill is the modern day Randy Moss. And he was making plays. He was getting open. Even if he wasn't that open, Tua was throwing him open. And that's why I got Tua as my fantasy quarterback. So those are my top banging moments of week 1. The Jets win on a punt return touchdown. The Dallas Cowboys 40-burger shutout. Tua Tagovailoa passing for 3 touchdowns. And Tyreek Hill, what a day he had. We're going to switch over to college football now. Texas versus Bama. I knew that we had a chance to do something that not much other people did. We had a chance to walk into Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and beat the brakes off of Nick Saban and Alabama. Last year, we know how that went. They won Alabama won 20-19. Quinn Ewers got hurt. I believe if Quinn Ewers stays healthy, Texas wins that game because that was a good defensive game and we only lost by a point. We were ahead the last 2 minutes until Alabama kicked the game-winning field goal. As good as Bryce Young was, we did pretty good defensively against him. This year, rematch. Steve Sarkisian and Quinn Ewers and Xavier Worthy and Jordan Whittington and everybody else who came back. They was in it for revenge. We ended up taking the dub, 34-24. Let's freaking go. We did struggle early. There were times where we didn't capitalize on something. Xavier Worthy missing an easy catch in the end zone. Not converting first downs that we should have maybe converted. But when the time came in the 3rd and 4th quarters, Texas was making the plays that they had to. Getting 2 interceptions off of Jalen Milroe. Hey, Nick Saban, bro, you might want to replace that quarterback. Jalen Milroe ain't ready. He ain't ready. He's not that guy.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Quinn Ewers making throws like he's playing in the playoffs or something. His life is depending on it. So the connections to Xavier Worthy and Jordan Whittington, Jatavion Sanders, A.D. Mitchell. We got playmakers all around. And we still in. A.D. Mitchell came from Georgia. Georgia just won the Natty 2 times in a row. But he decided to come down to Texas because he know what we building down here. So let me get into these stats. Quinn Ewers, 24 for 38, 349 yards, 3 touchdowns. I think that's a Heisman-like performance. Now, it's too early to say that he's on the Heisman list, but that was a Heisman type performance. Jatavion Sanders, 114 receiving yards. A.D. Mitchell, Adonai Mitchell, 78 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns. Xavier Worthy, 75 receiving yards, 1 touchdown. Jordan Winnington did nice. He only had 44 yards, but he did make some clutch catches for us. And then one of our tight ends, C.J. Baxter, 21 yards, but he did have some clutch catches as well. Jonathan Brooks also had a rushing touchdown. Our defense, 5 sacks, 2 interceptions, like I said. And those 2 interceptions, I'm hard-pressed. I would be hard-pressed to see an example of Bryce Young doing that often, let alone 2 times in a game. So, good job defensively and offensively by Texas. I don't know if y'all saw the AP poll rankings, but Texas is ranked 4th now. Obviously, we still have an entire season to go. This was only week 2. So let's see how we do the rest of the season, though, especially against our conference opponents in the Big 12. But Alabama, that was the biggest test. So, I do believe that Texas is back. All right. So next week we play Wyoming. Texas plays Wyoming. I don't know nothing about Wyoming, but all I know is we will get that dub. Alabama's ranked 10th now. So if we can get a win against Alabama and Nick Saban's defense, we'll get a dub against Wyoming. Welcome Kathleen Callahan into the Banganator podcast. Kathleen, welcome.
Hi.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
On.
Yeah, and it's a perfect welcome with your hat. I mean, there's like no better way one could start a podcast.
Yeah. I had to do it big. So, and you have your own page on Twitter. And what is that?
Yeah. I'm at Dallas Fan Addict.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like looking, at all sports, but for Dallas, I really follow the Wings, the Mavericks, and the Cowboys. I don't know that much about baseball, but I haven't heard, and unfortunately the Rangers seem to.
Yeah. Dallas Wings, 22-18, that's their record. They got the 4th seed right now. They won their last 2 games to keep the 4th seed, because if we were in danger of falling to the 5th seed. And we played the Atlanta Dream in the first round. And we also got home court advantage. Game 1 and 2 are at home. So what do you think of the Wings going into the playoffs?
I really like where we're at. I was just looking at some stats, right? And like the biggest thing that I've seen is the bench has stepped up so hard. Like Kalani Brown, VB, Veronica started last game, which I was just kind of, blown away by. And then a walk, wow, transformation in the last 5 games. She's just going stronger to the basket. And I was trying to figure out, I was like, who is the center coach? Because the footwork underneath has just been amazing. So I feel really good about where we're at. I think Arike feels, and Satu just feel like so comfortable, you know? Yep. And we've never lost to Atlanta this year. We played them 3 times. We won each time.
I didn't even
kind of hard though, because we played them the first and last game,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How about you?
I feel confident that we can go further than last season. We have been playing better. Like you said, we got a lot of depth. The bench is good. Obviously Arike has been going off. She sets a milestone seems like every week. Satu Sabali, clearly our second go-to. I know she leads she leads the team in steals, and she has the second highest points average of our team. So, and then you just got playmakers, like you named some of them: Veronica Burton, Maddie Segrist coming off the bench,
right?
Awak, Howard, Crystal Dangerfield. So
yes.
they really did a good job getting more pieces in the offseason, and then with the addition of the new coach.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I think we can beat Atlanta. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Las Vegas is just a whole different beast. Yeah. And the thing is that I almost wish we could play Vegas first, because it's the 3-game series, right?
Yeah.
versus after it's 5 games. And I feel like it's just hard to beat Vegas 3 times.
Yeah. We were able to do it once, but
right.
Yeah.
And you were there, no?
Yeah. The I forgot how many times they played each other, but August 8th, I was there with my wife, and they got blown out by the Aces. So, it was tough.
Yeah. I mean, there were 2 games, right? Like we beat them 1 game, and then there was another game where Satu, I think this might have been the one you went to, where Satu got hurt, I think, and they were sticking with them, and then when Satu got hurt, it was just done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The Wings really depend on those top 3.
Exactly.
And I kind of feel like Howard is going to be a difference maker, at least in this series. Like she's kind of up and down this season a little bit. Just like every time she travels, I'm like, please don't travel again. You've been here too long to travel. But that's also what makes her really good under the basket, right? She can do things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of feel like you. I want to have faith.
Yeah.
I want to have faith. You know, I think that we can give them a run for their money. I mean, we almost beat New York the other day, and I'm going to say directly that we should have gotten that foul at the end.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But refs would be something else.
I think we can take Vegas and maybe win 1 or 2 games. 3 seems like a stretch, but you never know.
Yeah.
I put some money on the Wings, so
okay.
At the beginning of the year when nobody believed. So if they do win, they've really helped me. I'm gonna be an even bigger fan.
How much money?
I put $100, but it's a 4,000. It's a plus 4,000.
Okay, all right. I see you.
Yeah. I mean, that's changing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we'll see. I really like Coach Trammell. I just think the culture is there. I mean, I know she's emotional and she obviously has things to learn, but like this year, did you see the culture last year there was some struggles. And I think it's just like players too. It's also hard when you're not winning games you should, but I feel like they made a big transformation. So I'm excited about the Wings. Yeah,
I feel the same way. Let's shift to the Dallas Cowboys. I know you watched their 40 burger. Yeah, I see you with the jersey. Yeah. Michael Parsons, right?
Yes.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. The Lion. I know you saw that 40 burger shutout on Monday. Sunday Night Football. What did you think of that? Just through all phases of the game.
It was crazy. Right. I was out. I wanted to see it with people, you know, so I went out to a bar and got these Giants fans. It's just so funny because that first drive, it kind of looked like, ooh, we still can't stop the run. And then once Wanye Thomas blocked that punt, it was just over. I mean, I think it just reaffirmed for me that our defense is like so good.
Yeah.
So good. And I feel like people gave Dak a lot. You know, he obviously didn't have the stats or whatever, but you're playing in literally a hurricane.
Yeah.
And why we don't need to throw the ball. Yeah. So, I mean, it felt really, really good. I don't think the Giants are a terrible team. You know, I think that we made them look terrible.
Yeah. We made Daniel Jones look like he didn't deserve that contract.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And I mean, you know, Saquon fumbled the ball. When's the last time you saw Saquon fumble the ball?
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know the stats, but
that's true.
But I just feel like being a takeaway machine, like, and it's just effort too, right? Like that block punt. I watched it again and I was like, this is just that person on the right side, or I guess depending on where you're on the right side, just stopped playing. And Wanye was like, I'm just going to jump over you.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. Yep. And that's Dan Quinn. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That effort. They're locked in. They've been together for a long time. And I don't even know how we ended up with I mean, I do, Will McClay, right?
Yeah.
We ended up with all these players, but the defense is scary.
Yep.
San Francisco's defense is scary too. So I'm excited about week 5 or 6. I can't remember exactly when it is, but yeah. What do you think? I mean, you got the Diggs jersey on.
Oh, yeah. You know, I had to rep. Yeah. He was showing out with that strip fumble. Obviously defense. They showed out like they were the main story. We put the league on notice, like DeMarcus Lawrence said. And that's why we brought Stephon Gilmore. He got that pick. That's what we brought him there for. DeRon Bland continuing his off of last season. And then even though offense didn't do much, we didn't need to do much. The real test will be next week against the Jets. So
yeah. I mean, the Jets defense is good.
Yeah. Did you see last night's Monday night game? Yeah.
I did. I mean, I feel so bad for Aaron Rodgers.
Same.
I'm medium on him. Like
Mhm.
I don't know. I know that he's very, polarizing.
Yeah.
But what a horrible way to go out. Like, who knows if he comes back? He might come back, but an Achilles injury. I've never had one, but
Mhm.
I've had a friend specifically, and that's just
Yeah.
what is he, 38? I mean,
Yeah. Oh, he's out for the season. It was confirmed. He's out for the season. So it's like back
right.
to.
But I mean, even he's signed next year. He's guaranteed.
Yeah.
But I'm like, is he gonna really like rehab, try to come back? I mean, maybe he will.
I think he will.
But
He can't go out like that.
Right.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, he has to do something. But and the Jets went all in this year. They just paid everybody so much money. So I think they'll have Zach Wilson next game. But if he doesn't play well, I see the Jets going out and like getting a veteran.
Yeah. That's
I don't
true.
know if you heard this, but San Francisco said if they had gone to the Super Bowl, they were going to bring in Phillip Rivers because they didn't have like a great backup. And I'm like,
damn.
maybe they go out and get Phillip Rivers. Maybe he brings in Tom Brady. That's like
that's the jokes I've been seeing. It's Tom Brady's time to come back again.
Yeah, and he would just come in and fit right in.
Yeah.
But I think after Aaron Rodgers is gone, though, I feel like we're going to do well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like kind of hoping that the defense shuts him out again.
Yeah.
I know that that's irrational, but.
It's kind of crazy because I play fantasy football and I have the Jets defense on my fantasy roster. So it's going to suck, like in a perfect world, I hope that we win, but the Cowboys don't score more than 20 points. But obviously, to me, real life matters more than fantasy. So whatever, as long as we win.
Yeah, I hear you. I actually have Dak as my quarterback, so I'm hoping the literal opposite. But I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you. This week I have Saquon Barkley too, and I was like,
oh, that sucks.
Man, I don't care.
Sucked. Yeah.
Right. I don't care. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I have a fantasy dilemma here.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's week 1.
Yeah.
I picked some wide receiver. I have a really weird league. It's 20 people.
Damn. That's a lot.
Right. It's 20 people. It's auction. So it's a hard league, like really hard league. Mm-hmm. And there's also an auction for the waiver wire.
Yeah. That's how we're doing it for the first time this year, too.
DJ Moore, right. It's fun, though. It's super fun.
Oh, okay.
Like, I love it. You have to be obsessed, I think.
Yeah.
But I have DJ Moore and Chris Godwin.
Mm-hmm.
Both didn't do well this week. Mm-hmm. But it's week 1.
Yeah.
But then you got, what is his name? Puka?
Yeah. It's crazy.
Would you go in on him?
I guess I would. After seeing how successful he was week 1. Because, I mean, that's the story of the NFL. Every year, not only do you have teams that you don't expect to do well and that do well, but you also have players that do well that you never even heard of. So
right.
I would at least get them on your bench, at least.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think, because I don't know. I mean, I feel like, what's your number 1 receiver's name who just went on IR? It was like amazing.
Oh, Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So if he comes back, obviously, like there's a whole different situation. Mm-hmm, so that's what I'm afraid of because I'm like, should I put all my money in? I also could pick up Zay Flowers.
I got Zay Flowers.
That's a good pickup, because they're just going to throw the ball, throw it. But it's hard to see because it's just like, well, Zay got it this week, but I feel like it's going to be kind of spread out. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. I'm still a believer in DJ Moore doing something.
Yeah.
It's his first year.
Yeah. And I feel like him and Justin Fields will get it clicking at some point.
Right. It's his first year. They paid him a lot of money. You don't pay people a lot of money not to throw him the ball.
Yeah. Exactly.
But yeah, really excited about the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I think it's our year. I know that people have been saying that, and I've said it before too. So I can't but I just, if we don't get hurt, Micah Parsons is that dude.
Yeah, he's that guy. He has the ability to win Defensive Player of the Year.
Yes, for sure.
Yep.
For sure. I mean, if MVP, it's crazy. TJ Watt was kind of crazy on Sunday too. He had 3 sacks, but it's just like the things that Micah does. But I saw him like conditioning on that bike.
Yeah. That's true.
All season, boxing. So great.
Yeah.
Brandon Cooks also didn't get a big shout out, but he made every play.
Yeah. Every catch, made clutch catches on 3rd down. Yeah. He's going to be a key piece.
Right. And I think people, because he's not even that old though. He's under 30, right? But he is fast.
Mhm.
Did you watch him in the preseason? Not in preseason, in training camp. Like,
Yeah. Because I follow the Dallas Cowboys on Twitter, and there were videos of him making catches and running. Yeah.
yeah, he's just fast, and
Mhm.
that's like, I mean, that's watch Tyreek Hill. Like, that's the best quality you can have as a receiver if you've got hands. Just run.
Yeah. So
What do you
yeah.
Super Bowl? Are you going to say it yet?
No. 2 years ago, whenever we lost against the 49ers the first time in 2021, January 2022, I was like, you know what, that's it. I'm done having faith in the Cowboys in the playoffs. I got faith in them in the regular season, but when it comes to the postseason, I got to set my expectations, where they shown me the past, I don't know how many years, decades now. I can always predict the downfall of the Cowboys in the postseason. In 2021, penalties were killing us, especially O-line. We lost because and then in the playoffs, we lost to the 49ers because of penalties mainly. 13 penalties committed. 2022 last season, it started trending where Dak would throw 2 picks, one that was clearly his fault and then one that was the receiver's fault. I predicted that would be the downfall. That was the downfall when we lost to the 49ers. So the Bible says, believe in me and you shall see. With the Cowboys, I gotta see it first to believe it. That's just how it is now.
Right. And you're right. I mean, those are the things that both of those things plagued them the whole season.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, here, somebody's going to expose it. And you know who it's going to be? Kyle Shanahan. So
yeah,
I hear you.
Mm-hmm.
I hear you. I love having fun with them. Would you rather win the Super Bowl once and then just have a junk team for 5-7 years, or be competitive every year and maybe?
Super Bowl. I'll take like a for sure Super Bowl. I got to take that guarantee. I'm 25 years old. I was born the year after the Cowboys won their last Super Bowl. I haven't seen a Super Bowl, so yeah, I would take that guarantee Super Bowl.
I hear you. I'm excited to hopefully see what the offense can do here soon too, because I think you can get far with the defense, but I mean, we're gonna have to have like some plays, some playmakers. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, thank you for coming on, Kathleen. You'll definitely, I'm definitely gonna have you on again, to talk Dallas Wings and Dallas Cowboys, and then down the line Dallas Mavericks whenever their season starts. Yep, we both got them winning against the Jets, obviously, with Aaron Rodgers out. So, yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, Esther, for having me on. It's been a pleasure. Love following you on Twitter too. So yeah, I would love to come back and talk. I talk sports as much as physically possible. So
yeah, no problem. And
okay, well, you have a great day. A tip of the hat.
Yeah, appreciate it.
See you soon, hopefully.
All right, thank you. God bless.
Bye.
All right, guys. That was Kathleen Callahan. Make sure you follow her on Twitter /X at Dallas Fan Addict. Like she mentioned, all things Dallas sports. So make sure you give her a follow. And I hope y'all enjoyed that interview that I had with her, talking Dallas Wings and, of course, Dallas Cowboys. Thank y'all for watching this episode of the Banganator podcast, season 2, episode 1. And we started off season 2 with a bang. Make sure you follow me on the Banganator podcast on YouTube and on Instagram, and BanganatorPod_4 on Twitter /X. We face the Jets on Sunday. Let's beat down the Jets, especially without Aaron Rodgers. Let's go. How about them Cowboys?
The Banganator podcast is brought to you by Esley Banga, diehard fan of the Dallas Cowboys since 1997. How about them Cowboys?